money and you have a side job while you're at school. Like
Dad's got an injury. Shit. Yeah, real shit.
Real shit. You don't have time to glue yourself to a wall or cut up paintings. You see these fucking psychopaths cut up these paintings from like the 1800s, slice them up with a razor blade. Priceless paintings. Hundreds of years old.
Well, I don't understand, because you would think those people would be the people who love art, since you would love art.
Yeah, but they don't love art by colonizers and slave owners. And the thing is, if you go back far enough in history, everyone's a piece of shit. You go back far enough in history, you don't listen to Socrates because he's a pedophile. You go back in history, you don't worship the Spartans. They all fucked each other and they fucked their kids. They fucked everybody.
Yeah.
These are wild people, man. If you like pederasty, like pedophiles back then, it was so common. They talked about like having young boy lovers. It was like an open thing. You know, in other parts of the world right now, in Afghanistan, my friends that have gone to Afghanistan and served there, they'll go, dude, it's crazy. Some of the shit you see in Afghanistan. With these young boys that get swapped around. Oh, dude, dark shit.
That's fucked up.
Dark shit. And young boys that they use for sex, and these guys don't shave their face. Or they shave their face, rather, where everybody else grows out a beard.
Yeah.
And they know it, and they have, like, they're gay guys, and they just toss them around. So they use women for procreation, some of these people, and they use the boys for fun. Yeah, what the fuck, dude? And if you go back far enough in history, like, that's why you have to take down Thomas Jefferson's statue. You know, that's why even Abraham Lincoln's a piece of shit. Because Abraham Lincoln, even though he freed the slaves, and even though Abraham Lincoln was the president of the United States during the Civil War, Abraham Lincoln also wrote about black people that they were less than 100% of a human being. Mm-hmm. He didn't consider them like the same as white people.
Yeah.
Even him. So you got to go, well, he's a piece of shit too. And then you go back to George Washington, who founded this country, with fucking fuck that guy. So it's fuck everybody.
Yeah, I mean, what are we doing, bro?
I remember Trump said this once when they were taking down statues of Confederate soldiers. They were taking down a statue of like Robert E. Lee. And he said, what's next? You going to take down George Washington? And everyone's like, no way. Meanwhile, a couple years later, they're taking down George Washington statues.
Damn.
Yeah. Bro, everybody was a piece of shit back then.
And people will bring up, like, oh, you know, Martin Luther King Jr. cheated on his wife. It's like, man, that's not the point. I don't like when people do that, when they try to erase art or history because people were humans.
He did, and they recorded him. So, like, they probably set him up, too. So they probably brought in hot ladies to fuck him. Yeah.
And he was probably like, yeah, I like hot pussy. I'm tired. I've been trying to stop racism all day.
I'm trying to stop people from dying. Trying to get everybody to get along. I need to get along. Yeah, so it's like, if you go back far enough, like JFK was a notorious womanizer. It doesn't mean they should have shot him. You know? Like, hey, they fucking murdered the president. Stop concentrating on the fact that he fucked Marilyn Monroe. Like, there's a lot of other shit there.
There's a lot of shit going on.
But if you go, like, way, way back, like, everybody's a piece of shit. Human beings were horrible to each other 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago. Murder was normal.
God, that Aztec shit, just rolling bodies down the steps.
God,
come on.
Dude. Oh, my God, dude.
That Apocalypto movie, you ever seen that kind of, that shit? Oh, man.
What is that temple again? Teotihuacan? The temple, Tenochtitlan. The temple of Tenochtitlan by the Aztecs, they don't even know how many people they slaughtered afterwards, but they sacrificed thousands and thousands of slaves. The upper numbers, like 80,000. Some people say it might have been as low as 20,000. Whatever the fuck it was. The moment they were finished with the temples that they built, okay, time to die. We're not going to feed you anymore. You've finished your work. We're going to fucking sacrifice you to the gods. Bro, they had like, the Mayans had this really creepy, when I went to Chichen Itza, they have this human sacrifice like tray. It's like a guy who's like lying on his back, and there's like a flat thing in front where they would cut people's fucking heads off in front of everybody. So it's at the top of the stairs of this pyramid. You see this thing, and they would fucking lay someone down there.
And the city's just...
Yeah, and just throw that head down the stairs. A head would bounce down the stairs. They don't even know if sometimes there's speculation that sometimes they use heads to play games. They use human heads to play like ball games with.
Those dudes were fucking wild.
They were wild, dude. They had ball games where the winning team was slaughtered. The winning team was sacrificed.
I've heard about that, and then that was the honor, right? You still you wanted to win.
This is one of those things where the guide told me this when we had a really good guide in Chichen Itza. You pay for a professional guide, and this guy was cool as fuck. And he also told me that there was something that they were doing, some sort of psychedelic compound that they were doing in this one very specific area. It was like there was certain things that they did that mimicked or that had lysergic acid in it, which is like LSD.
Yeah.
And so he was explaining all that stuff to me. Then it was just talking about the nature of like a lot of these sacrifices, and that they used to think that they would sacrifice the losing team, but then they switched it and they think they sacrificed the winning team, which is crazy.
That means no one ever got good at the fucking.
You win the NBA.